Well, hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to be talking to you about the Painter tool. Now the Painter tool is, I think, a very misunderstood and certainly underused tool. It has lots of things it can do for you. Now in the video I'm going to share a little bit of a secret with you about the Painter tool. So keep on watching. My name's Ken Fisher and this is Live Link Training. Well, let's dig into this Painter tool. Now, first question really is, where is it? Because if I look at the interface here, I've got Lightroom open, I'm in Loop View, on the toolbar down here. If you don't see the toolbar, then press the T key. The T key will bring up the toolbar and make it disappear. But it should be on the toolbar here, but it's not. And the secret is, well, part one of the secret. The main secret is that the Painter tool, the one thing you can't do with it, you can't paint with it. And I'll explain what I mean, but you can't paint in the traditional sense of painting with paint like you do in Photoshop. You can't do that. Okay, but first off, well, let's find where it is. Well, it's not here. Now, you've always got to be in grid view to see the Painter tool. So I'm going to press the G on the keyboard to take me into grid view. And I still can't see the Painter tool. Okay, well, why not? Well, because it's not allocated on the toolbar. And we can do that by going to this triangle at the end here, and if we click on that, we'll see that anything that's ticked is available on the toolbar, and Painter isn't ticked. So if I tick that now, you'll see that this little tool here appears, and this is the Painter tool. Now, how do we use it? Well, we can't actually paint with it, but we can paint what they call assets. We can paint things onto our images, and this can be very useful. Now, to select the tool, I'm going to click on it, and you'll see that if I move it around, you'll see that I get a little painting. You can see there it is. Isn't that cute? It appears when I'm over any of the images. I've got this little, like a spray can. Okay, and now next to it I've got a little drop down menu, and this tells me what can I spray. Well, at the moment it's set for keywords. If I just click this little list, you'll see that there's quite a lot of things that we can actually do with this. So we'll stay with keywords. Now here I've got a little box that I can type in. I could type in a keyword if it was a new keyword, but if I wanted to look at some of the keywords that I've actually got on file in Lightroom, then I can click and hold the shift key down, and it brings up my keyword sets. And on here I can just say, well, I'll tell you what, this is a landscape image, so I'll click on landscape and it will load landscape into that little box there. And then when I click, landscape will be added to my image. So let's say this one, and if I just click on that, it assigns the word landscape to that image. And I'll do this one as well. That's a landscape. Click on that and it adds landscape to it. Okay, so we can do that. We can type our own keyword in if we so desire. Now what's next? Well, let's try labels. We can add labels with this, and we've got different color labels. We've got red, yellow, green, blue and purple. So if I then move over, you see me little can's now got a little piece of it, it's red, and so I can click and I can put a red label on this, and I'll click and I can put a red label on that. Now this is good, but what happens if you make a mistake? Well, if you hold the Alt key down, you'll see that my cursor changes from a spray can to a little eraser, and if I click on that, it removes the color label. And this works throughout the whole thing. So if I put a wrong keyword in, I can remove the keyword by holding the Alt key down. Okay, we've got our labels. What we got next? We've got flags. Very useful when you're categorizing your images. But I can categorize my images as either a pick, and here we've got flagged. I can have flagged or picked. I can have unflagged, or I can have rejected. So let's try flagged. If I wanted to do this, well, I've already got a flagged one there, so I'll click next to it to put the little flag up in the top corner, and I'll click on that one. And if I wanted to reject an image, then I'll go to rejected, and I'll click on that one, and you'll see it grays it out, and I get this little X in the flag at the top, which means it's rejected. So if any that I don't like, I can click on them to reject them. And that's cool because I can delete all the rejected ones very quickly now. If I go to the photo menu and down to delete rejected photos, so I could go through a whole folder, set all the ones up that I want as deleted, and then delete them in one go, which is really cool. Okay, so if I want to unflag something, then I can hold the Alt key down and I can click and it takes the flag off. And the same again if I want to make this, no, I've changed my mind, I really didn't want to delete this one or reject it, then hold the Alt key down and remove the flag. Okay, what's next? Well, we've got ratings. Well, yeah, these are really important. I might want to rate my images. And so now I can click here and just say, well, I'll have this as a 5-star, or I can have it as a 4-star, and if I click on 3-star, let's have this one as a 5-star images. So I'll say I'll spray on a 5-star rating, and I'll spray on a 5-star rating on that one. And if it, oops, no, I really didn't want that, then Alt key, eraser, and click. Okay, this is looking good. Well, I'll put a 5-star rating on that, and I'll have a 4-star rating on that, and I'll have a 3-star rating on that one. So you can see how quickly this is, and you can do multiples. You can click and drag and spray on. So if I say I'll set that to 3 stars, and then if I click and drag across all those, it puts a 3-star rating on them all. So this is a really quick way of adding assets and star ratings, whatever, to your images. Okay, what else we got in this bag of tricks? Well, we've got metadata. Okay, well, I just open the metadata panel. I'll click on an image, just open the metadata panel. Well, we'll have to come out. Oh, if you're finished with the painter tool, just go and click in this little circle again where it was, and you'll redock it. And then I just want to have a look at my metadata. Here we go, there we are, on any of these images, and then I'll pick the painter tool back up again. And now I want to spray metadata. Now my metadata is whatever I've set up as my metadata template, and in it it's got all the good stuff from my camera, but it's also got a lot of information about me, like my address, my postcode, all that good stuff. And down at the bottom we've got all the copyright status. So I've got this copyrighted, and this was in 2016. And if we just look up at the top here, we can see that I've got a preset as my standard 2016 one, which is quite an old image this. But I've actually got one for 2018, which I could just click and I could apply it to this image. But I'm just going to use the tool. So if I just scroll down to the bottom, and you see that it says here that the copyright status 2016. Okay, I'll now choose 2018 from this little drop down box, and then this is the image, and if I click on that, you'll see that it'll all be updated. If I click now, you'll see now it says copyright 2018. So if I've got any images that I've not got any metadata in, then I can just add that very quickly by just clicking and dragging like we did before. Okay, what's next? Well, we've got settings. Well, in settings it's all the presets, so we can actually access all the presets that you've got set up in here. So let's say we'll have a film noir, one of my film noir presets, and we'll try a cool sepia, and we'll add it to, say, that image. I think that looks quite nice, that. So any of the presets that you've got installed, you can access and you can spray them on. So if I said I wanted all these 3 images spraying with it, I could click and drag, and all of a sudden they're all sepia. Right, what we got next? Oh, well, we'll have a look. We've got rotation. Well, yeah, we can spray the rotation on. So if I click on that, it'll actually just keep clicking, it'll eventually come back to. So I can spray a rotation on one or multiple images. If I wanted these 3 rotating, I can click and drag, and all 3 get rotated. Okay. And lastly but not leastly, we've got target collection. Now there are occasions when you're wanting to make a subset of images for a particular purpose, like a slideshow for instance. Okay, so if we have a look here, I've got a collection that's got nothing in it set up for a slideshow. And what we can do is we can define a specific collection as a target collection. So I'm going to do that by, if I right click on the collection and select set as target collection, and you get a little plus appear next to the collection. Now what this means is that anything I do now, which I can press the B key and that will put an image in my target collection, or I can use, now I can paint to that target collection. So now if you watch slideshow, it has got 0 images in. So if I say, well, I'm going to be making a slideshow and I want that one, that now appears in my slideshow, and I want, oh, I'd like that one, the little sepia one, and I'd like that one, and I'd like that one. So I've now got 4 images that I've put into that slideshow collection as a target collection by using the painter tool. And well, that more or less brings us to the end of our little dialogue about the painter tool. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment under the video. And if you can, please click that subscribe button at the end. Just hang on a sec and click that subscribe button and join my Photoshop learning community. I'll see you in the very next video. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.